Alright, let's take a look at a couple different tools we have here in GeoGebra that we're going to be using for constructing shapes. The first one we see way up in the corner here is our point. It just allows us to plot points that we can manipulate all over the screen, which we can then connect with lines or line segments. Right here I have a line segment tool. So if I was to choose that, I connect pre-existing points, or I could pick points that are totally off on their own, and I would get new points. These make great straight edges for us. You're going to see them in a lot of our shapes. If we had a polygon tool here, each of the sides of the polygon could be represented by a line segment, and so on. Another tool we have that's like the line segment is the ray. If I was to click the ray, it would be the point on one end and go on and on forever. Whoops, where did it go? There it goes. And it would go on and on forever. This right here that you just saw me click, this is my cursor tool. When you choose it, you get the option of pan and move. You got to make sure you select that before you move. And if you'll notice, I'll keep dragging and dragging and dragging, but that rate is just going to keep going on and on and on. Now, we are going to be focusing with angles, and angles are comprised of two rays. So the first point and the second point. Now you notice the first time I clicked it, the line went way off to the side. It'll do that until you denote its second point. So what I have here is my ray AB and ray AC, and I can click C to move the ray this way, B to move the ray this way, or A to adjust the angle as a whole. And another tool that we're going to need to know is how to measure this angle. So if you choose the angle tool here, and then you choose BAC, it's going to give you a angle measure, but you notice that this angle measure is for the outside of our angle. So knowing that, I'll just hit undo, and I'll select my angle measure tool again and go CAB, and I'll go the opposite way. Then if I click my hand to my cursor tool, I can just move this, and you'll notice as I move it, my angle changes. This is going to be a very helpful tool for us for getting angle measurement, so that when we create congruent angles, we can actually prove that those angles are the same measurement. Another measurement tool that we're going to use is right here. It's the measurement length. So if I took a line segment and I plotted it right there, I could actually choose my measurement tool for distance or length. I'll choose the start, I'll choose the stop, and it will tell me line segment AB is 6.96 units. All right, it's not giving you a unit, centimeters, inches, meters, because we didn't assign any. But if I choose my cursor again, I can move it, and you can see how that's changing. Now we're going to be practicing creating congruent shapes today, because I'm going to ask you to take a line segment and recreate it. Those look as though to be very similar, but watch, if I choose to measure it, I'll notice they're not. They're very close. They're only 6/100ths off, but they're still a little far apart. So these are some of our tools that we can use. The other is the compass tool. Say we have a line segment here. I'm actually going to make it a little shorter. The compass tool allows you to create circles. So there's a couple ways you can do it. The first thing you can do is you can click a starting point. You see that A is highlighted, and an ending point, and B is highlighted. And then if I click B again, that becomes my center, and line segment AB is the radius of my circle. So that's one way to use the compass, to use a line segment as its radius, or if you select your compass and double click your line, your compass now does the same thing. You notice that point C here, if I move it over B, it gives me the radius as the same length as AB. So there's just a couple ways that we work with our tools. Again, you can always use the pen tool to write, to calculate, and to do whatever you need. Hope this was helpful, guys.